There's Blake Shelton on Kicks Country 92.9, number one for New Country and Honeybee, 9:36, running a little behind schedule this morning. Well, that's par for the course, holiday weekend. Everybody kind of traveling and getting ready and getting prepped and everything. But we are going to take time out, as we always do at this time, for Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, answering questions largely submitted by you. If you've always been curious about something in law, you'd like to ask a question, I'll tell you how to go about that here in just a second as well. First, would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How you doing this morning?
Just fine. Very excited about Thanksgiving. How about you?
I'm doing great, and I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think we all are. It's going to be a great holiday, I believe, except for some folks. Some folks have got a little trouble. Today's email question is both sad and disturbing, but also very complex. So I knew we were turning to the right person with this level of complexity. Are you ready to get right into it?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay. And I'm sure this is the kind of thing you've dealt with before. It seems very, difficult on the surface to us anyway. It says, my husband was killed riding his motorcycle in Miami. He was struck by a delivery truck, and the truck driver was ticketed for violating the right-of-way of my husband. My husband and I have two adult children, a son who is 23 and a daughter who is 21. A family friend said that my adult children should have an attorney as well as myself. I'm so confused as to how to proceed. Do we need multiple attorneys? Please ask the lawyer what is best. We are heartbroken and don't want our grief to impact our case negatively. What an awful thing to be going through at this time of year. But these things happen, and they need to be addressed quickly, don't you think?
Yes, sir. It's a very interesting question, and there's nothing sadder than losing a loved one because of someone else's negligence.
Right.
The only positive or bright spot in the case, appears to be a commercial vehicle, so there should be a substantial recovery.
Should be ample insurance, in other words, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the real gravamen of the question is you have the surviving wife, and then you have two children.
Right.
And they're questioning whether they should get separate lawyers to represent their respective interests.
Yeah, somebody suggested that.
And I would strongly advise against that. And the reason is you want to get one lawyer so the family could all work together. You have three different lawyers, three different opinions, and it doesn't lead to harmony.
I see.
So it's much better, in my opinion, to get one lawyer. The entire family uses that lawyer, meets with that lawyer, and that lawyer represents them.
Okay. So the adult children in this case, they would have a claim as well, and one lawyer could adequately represent everybody.
Yes. And under Florida law, when someone loses their life due to someone else's negligence, there's a wrongful death act. And it provides that the surviving spouse and children under 25 can recover for the loss of their father.
Okay.
So we have two children and the wife. And again, my recommendation is to, retain one lawyer.
Sure.
For all of them.
Sounds like it could be.
If in the unusual case where they're, all not getting along, they could hire separate lawyers. But it makes things much more complicated.
Sounds like it could be a pretty substantial recovery here, but they probably should get started on it fairly quickly. And best advice, as always, is get a hold of a legal professional sooner rather than later.
Well, absolutely. And, you never know. Once you hire a lawyer, the lawyer could start the investigation, which is important because evidence goes away, witnesses go away. We've talked about it in the past. Sometimes you have to inspect the other vehicle to check the black box for the speed.
Right.
So there's lots of things that a lawyer needs to do
Mm-hmm.
as soon as possible after the accident.
And even though most of us are heading into a long holiday weekend here, we'll be relaxing with family and friends. There's no rest for the weary, as they say. So, and a law firm like yours, if there's something like this that needs addressing, you're going to be on it, even though it's a holiday weekend.
Yeah, when someone retains my law firm, I give them my cell phone and tell them to call me 24/7 if they need me.
Holidays included. You bet. Sure. Okay. Well, hopefully there are better holidays to come. Let's get somebody on the case right away. That's the important thing. And once again, thank you so much for some great information, Bruce.
It's my pleasure, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
As do I. Please tell the family Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Kicks Country.
Thank you very much. Take care, Todd.
You too, Bruce. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Now, if you would like to submit a question for future consideration, it really is pretty simple. You go to our website and type Bruce in the keyword search box. That'll take you where you need to go. But if you have a situation like this, as serious as this is, please bypass what I just said and directly call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner. 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.